one of the things we always talk about with New England, I'm sure other teams do it, obviously, but we always highlight Belichick. Who is he going to focus on to take out of the game? Who is he not going to let beat you? Is that one of the things that you start your game planning prep with? And is that unique to New England, or that many other teams do that more than we think and know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a weekly variable that's at the forefront of your game plan. We come in on Mondays. We spend probably more time than most on correcting the last contest. We all believe in self-scout as coaches in this league, I'm sure, but I think it's like anything. How much time and energy do you put towards it is really reflective of how much use in your game plan. So we spend that time during the day on the self-scout and with our players, but that's when we kick it over to the next opponent, matchups and the things that we're doing well and how we think this opponent views us and is really the starting point of each and every game plan every week.
So, Coach, this is Dak's second game against a Belichick coached defense.
Yes.
Have you noticed a leap that quarterbacks take the second or even third time around they face the Patriots just because they're more accustomed to some of the looks he might give?
Oh, no, that's an excellent question. I think the league comes more, in a series of games. I clearly understand why you're asking, the metric that they bring to the contest. But, yeah, I think you have to look at the last contest, 2 years ago in the rain and all the other elements involved. Hopefully it looks like the weather's going to be a clear night Sunday. So, but, yeah, I think this will be a great metric for our whole offense. We're playing the right way. I love the complementary football we're playing as a football team, and the offense's ability to be balanced. So this will be our biggest challenge schematically this year.
From the defensive side, they've got a couple of pretty decent tight ends. They're probably more tight ends than most teams do have decent ones. Is this just a different matchup when you have to face arguably their two best receivers or two of their three best are on the tight end spot?
Well, I think it's part of their personality on their football team. I mean, they've always valued the tight end position very highly, and it fits with the way they want to play. I mean, this team is about defense and special teams as their starting point. We all clearly understand they've had a great quarterback for decades up there, Tom Brady, but the defensive philosophy and the special teams is something that you're always going to contend with when you play the Patriots. So I think the tight end position clearly fits with the way they want to play. We'll see more two-back offense this week than we've seen the whole season. And to me, when you do break down offense, it's really breaks down in three categories. One back, two back, and zero and no backs. So the two-back schemes that we'll see this week. It's funny when it goes up in the game plan meetings. They call them old school plays now. So but it's just they've played this way for a long time, and it serves them very well.
Mike McCarthy here with Shan and RJ on 105.3 The Fan. How concerned have you guys been about the snaps, Coach? We had heard that you were working in McGovern and Connor Williams a little bit at practice. Are you still sticking with Biotish? And how confident are you that how much does that really disrupt things as a QB guy? If it's like a little bit off for Dak or a tiny bit low, does that really throw off the rhythm of a play?
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, the quarterback-center exchange is the starting point of every offensive play. I mean, it has to be clean. I have full confidence in Tyler, and he's doing very well. I feel like he's still growing as a young player. But we need to be cleaner there, and I'm talking about all three centers. So it's definitely an emphasis. It has reared its head a few times, and it's definitely a focus for us because you look at just last week's game, you got an excellent rhythm going, and you're driving down the field, and then you have the fumble snap for a turnover. So we work on it every day, which is normal, but definitely we're aware of the two or three plays that we need to be better at.
How much has Diggs been lobbying you with all this talk this week, and where do you stand on him being able to play a little wide receiver?
It's funny, and winning breeds a lot of this. I've actually had a few defensive guys want to play on offense this week, but hell, if I was them, I'd want to play on offense too. I mean, it's a fun offense to be a part of. But yeah, I think Trayvon will stick with him at corner right now. It's obviously off to a tremendous start.
What's been your history of it, Coach? Have you had a guy that you've used on the offensive side of the ball, or a guy that you almost did it, you came very close, or have you never made that adjustment or addition?
No, we've had players. Dill Carter was the first player that I was around that we moved over on offense for a series of games back in Kansas City. He was, that type of, just a phenomenal athlete that could play both offense and defense. But, I've only done it more, in the terms of situational plays and things like that.